Marketing and advertising can be complicated. What's most important?
What should I focus on?
Direct marketing?
Email campaigns?
Social media?
Cold calling?
With Marketing Atlas, you'll have a clear guide to get more leads, close more sales, and take your business to the next level. Welcome to Marketing Atlas.
Marketing Atlas.
With your host, Hernan Vasquez.
Here are the two main things that I learned after spending over $70 million on social media ads over the past couple of years, and how you can implement these things that I learned to grow your business faster and easier than ever before. I know that's a big claim, but that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. What I learned after spending over $70 million on social media ads, generating hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue for clients. And what I want to share with you today, and basically what I learned after running ads for guys like Frank Kern, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Agora, publishing, and over 250 plus clients over the past several years. If you want to get like the rundown of what I learned and additional stuff and additional value, I go to scale-driven.com/class. I just updated the presentation. It's a free on-demand class. It's 40 to 50 minutes long. And on that class, you will learn how these guys are scaling their businesses, how they're getting as many customers as they can handle, and how you can do it as well. Now, here are a couple of things that I learned after spending over $70 million on social media ads. In fact, last year alone, we spent close to $10 million with my agency, and we generated over 12,000 sales for clients. That is over 1,000 sales per month. That's close to, I don't know, maybe 30, 35 sales per day for some of our clients. And after that, this is some of the things that I learned. The one thing that I learned, number one, is that advertising campaigns, especially on social media, they get better through time. The reason why you see guys like Frank Kern, Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, these guys crushing it on social media every time is because they've been advertising for quite a while now. And they've been going out there, they've been putting their names out there and for quite a while. And the reality is that advertising campaigns, as any business, they gain momentum through time. So what usually happens with people that are advertising is that they launch a campaign to a funnel or to an application funnel or to a lead magnet or to a book or whatever, to a challenge funnel. They launch a campaign and they don't get the results that they want. So they shut it off. Okay, they shut it down after a week. Or maybe what happens with Facebook ads specifically is that you might launch a campaign, you get really good results over the first 24 to 48 hours, and then it tanks, right? So a lot of people, what they would do is they will shut off their campaigns. They will, try to relaunch, rework their stuff, and then they keep doing this. They keep on launching, stopping, launching, stopping, launching, stopping, launching, stopping. And then after, 3 to 4 attempts, they say, well, social media ads don't work for me. I'll keep on doing referrals. I'll keep on doing other stuff. I'll keep on uploading content to social media. I'll keep doing LinkedIn outreach and all that stuff. And the reality is that social media campaigns, they get better through time. And by get better through time, I mean, especially on Facebook and Instagram, social media campaigns are momentum-based campaigns. So for instance, we're working with a client right now. They have a great business model. They have a subscription model. And they came to us and they were spending $0 on advertising. They weren't spending any ads. They shut off all of their campaigns back in December. So we took them in, I think it was February this year. And now I did the math up until today with the past 30 days, we've spent $158,000 on advertising, and they're getting a 2x ROAS on their first month. Okay. Again, they have a subscription model. So they have 2x ROAS over 30 days, $160,000 on advertising. That's the highest they've ever spent. But that didn't happen right away. That did not happen right away. What happened is that we launched a campaign at a low budget. I think we spent like $10,000 the first month, then $40,000 the second month. And then now I think we're in the third or fourth month. Now the third month we spent close to $75,000 or $80,000. Now we're getting close to $150,000, $160,000. So what happens is that at many points, they say, well, this is not working. Let's stop and let's rework the campaigns. And I was like, no, We should keep these running because you haven't been running ads for a while. And campaigns, advertising campaigns are momentum based, not only because of all of the AI related machine learning stuff that's happening behind the scenes when it comes to Facebook ads, right? Like the pixel gets smarter, the campaigns get better. Facebook starts trusting you more because you're spending more money with them. So they give you better placements. So there's a lot of good benefits of just running campaigns. Not only that, but also what happens at the human being level, right? We have the machine learning AI level, but we also have the human level aspect, the human aspect of things, is that what happens is that people start seeing your ads more often. People start getting to know you, get to know your brand colors, the way the way you're perceived, the way you show up, right? So what happens is that it does take time for campaigns to work. But once they do, you can keep them running and running and running on the background. Now, of course, there's a limit to how much you can scale a campaign before it breaks down. And that's something that we can help you fix. But the main point is that you want to keep campaigns running. Now, with that being said, you don't have to be into debt to run your advertising campaigns, right? What you can do, especially if you're just launching your campaign, especially if you're just starting out, what you can do, what you want to do is to come to the advertising space with a budget that you can spend for the next 12 months without having any return at all and be fine with it. Let me say that again. Come, especially when you're starting out, come to the advertising space with a budget that you can afford to lose over the next 12 months without having any return at all, whatever that is, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, whatever that is, right? That you can afford to lose over the next 12 months without having anything in return. Especially when you're starting out. I was talking to a consulting client yesterday, and she was like, well, I want to start my brand. She's in Europe, and she's doing really well in Europe. She want to launch her business in the States, in the English-speaking market. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. But this is going to take some time. Why? Because you need to get yourself known first. You need to build an audience. You need to build a list there, right? So come to the advertising space with the mentality that you're going to spend 12 months worth of advertising without getting anything in return. If you get anything in return, that's great. That's a gift. Okay. So that's the first thing that I learned after spending over $70 million on social media ads. The second thing that I learned is that technology can change. In fact, we had a big change with iOS 14 last year, and I was kind of blessed enough and lucky enough to be proactive. My team were proactive enough so that we were finding solutions before that got implemented. So none of our clients got hit by that. But I know that a lot of advertisers got hit by iOS 14, right? They were making a decent amount of money on the front end, but now they're not. Now they're struggling, right? So technology changes, platform changes, like advertising on Facebook is becoming more expensive, more and more expensive. So you need to cope with increased cost to acquire a customer, right? I once heard Dan Kennedy say something like, acquiring a customer on Facebook is now resembling real world advertising costs or real world costs to acquire a customer, right? Because a couple of years ago, you could acquire a customer for maybe 30, 40 bucks. Now you're paying 150 and that's fine, right? So advertising costs keep on growing. Technology can change. Advertising can change. Platforms can change. Now TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, right? And the next thing on the horizon. But the reality is that human beings don't change as much. We still buy using the same behaviors. We still get triggered by the same things. We still get, we're buying using the same methodology or impulses or whatever. So as long as you master the fundamentals, and the fundamentals are usually sales psychology, copywriting, persuasion in general, your campaigns will get better and better and better. So the reason why guys like Grant Cardone or Frank Kern and Tony Robbins are so successful, it's because they've learned to master the fundamentals of what makes people listen to them, what makes people trust them, what makes people like them, what makes people buy from them. Okay. So that doesn't change. No matter what politics does, no matter if you're going to a recession or not, no matter what country you're in, we're human beings, and human beings take a long time. And we're talking about hundreds of thousands of years to change their behaviors. So that doesn't change. So if you focus on mastering the fundamentals, you'll never go broke. You'll never go hungry. You'll never lack sales, because you're always thinking about the fundamentals. So I talk about these fundamentals in my class. It's a brand new class. It's just edited and re-uploaded, and it's pretty good. I really like it, how it looks. And I think, we're getting a lot of good feedback from people, getting a lot of value out of it. It's free. It's 45 minutes and it's free. And it talks about the fundamentals of how to grow any business based on what I learned after working with some of these big names, right? So if you go to scaledriven.com/class, you're able to register for that class. It's completely free. It will autoplay for you. Make sure that you have 40 to 50 minutes to spare because it's packed with value. And then at the end of that class, I'll show you how we can help you scale your business this year. Every time we implement what I'm about to share with you in that class, we see increases in revenue at a minimum of 30 to 40% for our clients. Of course, I'm not implying that you will get this type of results, but that's what we are seeing over and over and over again after servicing over 250 plus agency clients and 10,000 plus entrepreneurs throughout my career. That's what we're seeing, 30 to 40% increase in revenue in as little as 90 days. Now, some other cases, we're having 300% increases in revenue, but that's not the normal, right? The normal, it's most like 30 to 40% in 90 days, which is really good if you think about it, right? The marketplace is giving you 8% every year. We're talking about 30 to 40% every 90 days. That's not bad, right? Anyways, go register. It's free. Scaledriven.com/class. Scaledriven.com/class. You can register. It's completely free. And it will show you the fundamentals and how these guys are operating to get the results that they're getting. All right. So I hope that this is helpful. If you feel that this is helpful, please feel free to share it with somebody that needs to see this. Maybe you have a friend that has a business. Maybe you have a friend that is struggling with advertising. Maybe you have a friend or a family member or whatever, or a colleague that they want to grow their businesses here. Feel free to share this video because those two things will help them tremendously. And if you're interested in learning more, go to scaledriven.com. Scaledriven.com/class. You'll be able to register for that free class, completely free. It's a lot of value. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys really, really soon.